Hello viewers, welcome to Science TV 1 p.m. news with me Ben Wirangai and my sign language interpreter doing the voicing Irene Chibiwot. Let's focus on our news. 6 days after Kenyan activist Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyo were allegedly abducted in broad daylight in Kampala, Ugandan authorities have finally broken their silence, sparking renewed concern over cross-border abductions in the East African region. Uganda police spokesperson Kituma Rusoke denied during a press briefing Monday that the missing individuals were in police custody. Rusoke went further, claiming that the police had not received any official report regarding the disappearance of the two men. Oyo, a regular contributor and panelist on the Science TV program Politics Today, was allegedly seized along with Njagi at a petrol station in Kireka, Kampala, last Wednesday afternoon. The incident is intensifying regional pressure for transparency regarding the fate of political activists in exile.
I don't have any information to the effect that they are in police custody, nor do I have any information that they are accused by police. If I had it, I would volunteer it here without any reservations. I also don't know whether it has been reported formally that they are lost persons or missing persons.
We believe that the reason as why these people were abducted and kidnapped is because they had come to show solidarity with one of the presidential candidates who is in the opposition, Robert Kyagulanyi, and you know the dictator and the Museveni's government are fearful of people that come with that kind of solidarity, the togetherness.
We believe that this is a trend that we cannot sit and just watch. East African leaders have gone ahead to threaten our existence.
We call upon the government of Uganda to disclose their whereabouts and release them without delay. We call upon the government of Kenya to assert its diplomatic responsibility and secure their release.
That despite public outrage and ongoing diplomatic engagement, the two remain held incommunicado, a blatant violation of Ugandan, East African, and international human rights law.
On to our other news. Narok County authorities have enacted emergency public health measures, immediately closed all local eateries, and banned the sale of food in open markets in an urgent bid to contain a rapidly escalating cholera outbreak in Transmara. These drastic actions come as health officials scramble to confirm the source of contamination with water samples from affected areas dispatched to government chemists in Kisumu for urgent analysis. This crucial step is expected to guide the county's long-term control strategy. The enforcement of these restrictions follows a tragic escalation in the crisis, with the death toll from the suspected cholera outbreak in Transmara tragically climbing to 5. Health facilities across the county are now grappling with a sharp surge in new cases, severely stretching medical capacity.
Sasa vile aliwekewa hiyo maji ndiye aliendelea kuwekewa, nikaona atapona tu. Sasa kufika usiku wa jana ndiye alikufa kama mwendo wa saa 6 hivi.
Nikasikia tumbo imeanza kugeuka. Kuanza kutapika, nikaanza kutapika damu. Nikaona ukimbilio wangu lazima nikimbie mpaka hapa, nikatafuta pikipiki.
Mtoto alianza kuumwa na tumbo on Saturday usiku. So on Sunday asubuhi nikaamua kumleta hospitali. Alikuwa na signs za kuharisha, na hiyo joto ndo alikuwa nayo. So
moving on, Law Society of Kenya, LSK, President Faith Odhiambo has resigned from her position as Vice Chair of the panel of experts on the compensation of victims of protests. The move, announced in a statement on Monday evening, follows mounting public outcry and increasing institutional pressure regarding the panel's work. Odhiambo formally tendered her immediate resignation to the head of public service on Monday. In her statement, she cited limited timelines as a primary factor hindering the panel's ability to deliver meaningful outcomes to victims. She further emphasized that her decision was driven by the need to be free to explore more effective avenues to pursue justice for victims of police excesses. Principal secretaries spread out across every corner of all 47 counties on Monday to spearhead the nationwide launch of the National Youth Opportunities Towards Advancement NYOTA project. The coordinated rollout saw the PSS meet with governors, members of parliament, members of county assemblies, and local administrators. Their primary objective was to sensitize local leaders and youth on the new initiative, which aims to empower hundreds of thousands of young people across the country. The NYOTA program, launched in partnership with the World Bank, is set to provide significant financial backing for youth-led ventures. The initiative will seek grants of 50,000 Kenyan shillings awarded to young people nationwide to support their business ideas and training opportunities.
The resources that these youths will lay their hands on, part of it needs to go into their savings so that then they are able to better plan their lives for future, but also for as a social safety net for themselves, but also the country.
Final selection will be dependent on how you perform on entrepreneurial aptitude test. where you are taken through some exercise, some few questions just to gauge at the level of your understanding in the sector that you want to take in.
Youths that are being targeted is the ages of 18 to 29 years. And if you're a PWD, now PWD is that person who has a certificate that you're a PWD, then we will go up to the age of 35 years. And the target education is Form 4 and below.
For those who have some debts in Hustler Fund also may not qualify. So that's the first process, that's the first stage. After that, between 13th and 14th, there'll be a very rigorous validation process that will identify the people who will have qualified as per those requirements. After that, on 17th, the list of those who have qualified will be announced.
The government is urging the European Union, EU, to create a more predictable and stable trading environment, arguing that frequent changes to market entry requirements are straining local businesses. Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe stated that constant shifts in compliance rules by AU member states make it exceptionally difficult for Kenyan producers to plan, invest, and maintain consistency in export quality and timelines. Kagwe noted that while Kenya is committed to meeting international standards, the constant regulatory instability hurts the ability of agricultural businesses to sustain growth and reliably serve the European markets.
Going to listen challenges with stricter European market entry requirement, the government is strengthening compliance systems as well as seeking out new markets in other areas of the world. You have seen the growth in avocado, growing very, 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 very quickly. And we have no doubt that avocado is going to be one of the key, export crops in the future. So with that kind of ecosystem that we have, it simply tells you that we have huge opportunities. All we need to do is partner properly with the regions, the rest of the world, the European Union, and then we expand growth. But also of importance is the issue of value adding our products, because we, as much as possible, want to add value to each and every agricultural product that we are producing. If we add value, we create jobs.
On to our last news item. Voter registration in Siaya County has gotten off to a worryingly slow start, with electoral officials registering a paltry 100 new voters in the 6 days since the exercise kicked off on September 29th, 2025. Siaya County Registration Officer Catherine Bulinda expressed disappointment over the minimal public engagement witnessed across 5 of the county's constituencies: Alego Usonga, Bondo, Rarieda, Jem, and Ugenya. She noted that only Ugunja constituency was excluded from the current drive due to an upcoming by-election on November 27, 2025, to elect a new member of parliament following the departure of Opio Wandai for a cabinet post. The lack of turnout is particularly stark in Alego Usonga, which has only managed to register 16 new voters despite needing to enroll 31,000 new voters by the 2027 general election.
I want to call upon the voters in Siaya, especially the Gen Z. It is your moment. I'm calling upon you to register as voters. We increase our numbers as a Luo community so that we can sit at the national table with votes that matter. It is votes that count in allocation of resources of a country. And I'm calling upon specifically the people of game, the young youth who are at home, the ones that just finished Form 4, the university students. Let us rally our people to register so that we can have numbers, so that as we approach 2032, we can be able to say game qualifies to have 2 constituencies, because then that determines the resource allocation in the Republic of Kenya. So we get more resources once we register, because statistically we are at the right place in this space.
Catherine Bulinda, the in charge of elections in Siaya County. We wanted to start small because of resources. We are doing it majorly in the constituency offices. So the registration is being done in the constituency offices by the staff in that constituency. But their own volition, they can follow the registration officers with IDs. But we are waiting. They'll be enhanced later. So we are having a continuous voter registration going on, and we're also planning for the by-election in Ugunja. So far, the registration is slow. People are not turning up to register. So far, the numbers are not looking good, but we are doing 5. We are 6 constituencies, but we are doing now 5, because one, Ugunja, is now preparing for by-election. They can't register. Normally when there's a by-election, we fall back to the register that was in 2022. So they'll only open up after we are through with the by-election. So we are now in 5 constituencies, that is Ugenya, Alego Usonga, Game, Bondo, and Rarieda. And for 1 week now, we've only done 356. So meaning that is a very low turnout, because our target is 17,873. And yet we've already done 1 week with only 356.
That's all we had for you. We are having a short commercial break, and we'll be back with sports news.